Live streaming of this show available via Roku streaming devices, Apple TV, smart TVs, Amazon Echo, and many other devices. Visit tunein.alphageekradio.com to learn how to listen and watch live.
The following program is brought to you in part by our patrons. For more information, go to patreon.com/IG Studios. And as always, we thank you for your support. Good evening, everybody. Is this thing on? Welcome to the Geek Access Podcast for February 22nd, 2015.
Hello.
The return of Brandon Almighty. How are you, sir?
Hello.
How
Is
was
this thing on?
How was your play?
It was wonderful. It was really good.
What was the play?
It was wicked.
Oh,
It,
wicked.
it was wicked. Well, that's cool. What was it called?
Yeah, dude, it was wicked, and it was wicked.
It was the Wickedly Wicked play.
Was that a TV series?
No, it's a Broadway series. It's The Witches of Oz.
Oh, okay.
That
Oh.
was kind of loud.
That's wow.
Sorry.
In,
nice.
in
Sorry,
this
everybody.
in this episode, Nate doesn't know how to work a PC.
Error. Error.
Error! You're not
Error.
a sheep on your Mac. You scum.
I'm not on a Mac, bastard.
I know. That's why
That's
That's why
definitely
you're having
not Mac.
issues.
Right.
You
It is
scum.
apparently. Oh well. Crap.
Other
Corey.
news: Nintendo doesn't know how to stock their
No,
fucking new
it's
console, dude.
it is. It's-
pretty bum.
It's the same thing. I mean, obviously it's a different scale, but it's the same thing that they do with diamonds. It is a falsely represented state of lack of quantity,
They just don't
which
fucking
drives
send
up.
enough, or
Well,
don't make
exactly,
enough.
which makes everyone want it. Because if you went there and there was 100 of them in stock, you'd be like, "Wow, that's really not selling all that well. I guess I'll wait and see what the reviews are like."
No,
But
I
if
don't
you
really
go to the
care because then I could get majority.
But if you go to the store and it's
Exactly.
sold out, you go, "Wow, that's sold out. Everyone must be wanting it, so I guess I'm going to get it when it comes in."
no,
It's
not in this case.
it's-
So I'm pissed, and I'm not gonna get it now.
I only want it because of Majora's. If it just came out and there wasn't
Although-
Majora's,
Although I
would
will
care.
say that when I went to GameStop and I was like, "Oh, can I get a copy of Majora's Mask?" And they're like, "Oh, we're all out." And I'm like, "Oh, well, can I get a copy of Monster Hunter?" "Oh, well, we're all out." Well, how
Get
do you
wrecked.
expect to fucking like compete with a digital marketplace if you can't keep your physical product in stock? I can
You
just
just
go
sell
onto
the
the
download
I
on
can
the
just go onto
Nintendo
the
store.
eShop and buy it and be like,
Yeah, and then Nintendo gets the money directly. That's what they want. That they win.
Can't? Isn't it? I'm pretty sure you can download it on the eStore.
"Oh no,
can
you
not?
can,
you
yeah,
can.
you can download them."
Okay.
Yeah, they've got day one sale. Yeah,
so
but
Nintendo wins.
my point is though
Yeah,
is
they
that
do.
even with the new 3DS, I think there. I mean, let's talk about this a little bit. I think one of the biggest mistakes. Well, I guess two of the biggest mistakes. One is that it doesn't use the same SD card as the old 3DS.
the fuck?
The old 3DS used a micro SD or an SD card. The new one uses
Oh, now it's a micro.
now it's a micro.
Correct.
Which I don't
Good.
care, whatever. You can buy a micro SD for fairly inexpensive. Now, my biggest complaint comes from the fact that it still only supports a maximum micro SD card size of 32 gigs, which is
It's pretty
ridiculously
silly.
small.
Yeah.
It's pretty silly.
You just gotta have a shit ton of little micro SDs all the way. around.
Exactly. I mean,
But then
Then
you
you have to
label them.
label
This
them.
one has this games, and
Yep.
then you just carry around a pocket full of SD cards
right.
There you
Yeah,
go.
so you're either carrying around a pocket full of SD cards or a pocket
or a
full
pocket
of
full of
games.
PS cartridges.
So either way,
The old
you got
days.
pretty
Nintendo's in your pockets, boys.
Yeah. They like the physical shit.
yeah.
dude.
But no, Monster Hunter is really cool. I'm really enjoying that. Majora's Mask. I will say that for somebody who had never played Majora's Mask, the first
I
well,
know.
that's a whole. I think we discussed that a little bit on last week's episode. It was because I never had one of the expansion bays for the N64, and you needed an expansion bay for.
We don't need a reason. If you wanted it, you could.
Yeah, dude.
Not when I
you
was
put-
that. Not when I was that
Dude,
young.
You were a privileged kid. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
but there was
I
only-
wasn't even a
there was
privileged
only,
kid.
like,
I had to
four-
fight for that
There was
shit.
only like 4 or 5 games that even supported that, and none of
I
them
guess
were
you
really
weren't-
worth
you weren't a
playing.
tr-
all worth it.
You're supposed to be a
Donkey
true
Kong 64.
Nintendo fan.
Anyway, well, no, because WWE No Mercy didn't require the expansion bay, so
Well, that's all you needed, huh?
Dude, he was wearing wife beaters by 8.
Oh yeah, totally. Wife beaters and my backwards ball cap. Anyway,
Scum.
but yeah. Anyway, so I had never played it. So after playing through it for a little while, I will say, even though it feels like Ocarina, which is still my favorite Zelda game of all time,
That's the point.
I
bro.
hate this whole get as much done as you can in 72 minutes and then do the whole thing over again. Like, I really don't like that. I'm like, wait a second. Oh, okay, well, I'll just
Right
go
at the
back.
start
Wait.
last week, you're like, I love it. It's pretty cool. I like the 3-day thing. And
I
now you're
liked
like,
it.
I hate
And now that I've done it a couple of times and I've had to redo the same conversation, it's like, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of, like, let's say you're playing Final Fantasy, right? And you play
like
for
I
like,
am right now.
there you go. And you play for like 8 hours.
Wowzers.
And you play for like 8 hours and you don't save. And then you just die because, I don't know, you ran out of potions and you went up against a Malboro. I don't know. Whatever stupid thing kills you in Final Fantasy. And then you lose all that and you have to go through all that conversation again as though you're going through it for the first time, because as far as the game is concerned, you are. Well, every time you play that Song of Time, that's what's happening. None of the NPCs recognize you. It's like you're going through for the
know.
first time.
I've played it.
Yeah.
But it was not.
Yeah, dude.
this
I mean,
fixed up.
it's a cool concept, but I think in practice, like, I don't know. Maybe I'm not getting through
You're
it.
focusing on the wrong things. You're not.
I
like,
think you're
not
probably
playing-
just not very good.
And you need to go hunting for masks, and to do masks, you have to start at day 1 to get certain masks.
Right.
Yeah, how many masks do you have? Because there's a whole page just fucking. that you
I haven't
need to-
gotten that far. I have obviously the Deku mask, I have the fairy mask, and I have the pig mask. So I haven't gotten that
is
far.
ridiculously not.
I
enough.
haven't gotten
So-
that far at all. I got to
So
the point.
do you even have the bomber's notebook? Because once you have that,
Oh,
that
yeah,
kinda,
you need the
okay, well,
bomber's-
use the shit out of that.
Well, I have been. Well, it's still the fact that every time you go back, you're going to day 0 and you talk to this guy again, and then like you get the town deed, and then you get the swamp deed, and then I assume when you get to the mountain territory that there's probably a mountain deed. But the thing is by the time you get all 4 zones unlocked, you're gonna have to go through and do all the deeds over again, because every time you
you
start,
don't understand. Once you unlock a mask,
You have it.
forever. You
the
don't
masks
lose
you
the
the
mask.
masks you have, but all the
Yes,
little mini
once
game
you have
things.
certain ones, it allows you to go to those other places day 1. It doesn't. You don't have to go through all the same shit.
Oh, see, maybe I just haven't gotten to that yet.
Exactly. That's what
So,
I'm trying to tell you.
I mean, I'm still playing it. I'm still enjoying it. I'm just saying it's that one. I mean, I'm not going to put a game down because of one element I don't like. But,
Mhm.
and like I said,
I don't know. That sounds like you.
It does a little bit.
asshole.
Uh,
Anyway, but no, I'm enjoying it, and it looks good. I love the new stabilized 3D on the new console. It looks awesome. No more headaches while playing in 3D, which is
so
really
like
nice.
you can like set it down on a desk and just like kind of overhand it and be fine. Like kinda
For
lean
the
around.
most part, you get. I mean, there is some top and bottom. For the most part, it's angled.
Mhm.
It's but so it's really nice, and it's just it's you don't get that drunk vision anymore.
That's good.
It's really nice.
I got used to it, but sometimes it would hit me like.
Dude, when
balls.
I had a
You're
3DS,
like,
I just turned it down all the time. I didn't care.
Yeah, it depends. I mean, I mostly
No one has a 3DS for the 3D.
I had it for
Let's
Ocarina
be
of Time.
real.
well, there are some games like what was it, the Super Mario 3D Land. Like there were some levels that were designed for the 3D, and you needed the 3D on to be able to see how to get through them.
Never played it.
So, the Mario games you can't have a Nintendo console and not play the Mario games.
Yeah, dude.
Coming from the guy who's never played Majora's Mask. Come on.
It's not a
Yeah,
Mario.
Nintendo
That has nothing to do with a Mario game.
Luigi's Mansion.
Luigi's Mansion,
Where
Where
the
Luigi-
second one was actually really
where
good.
Luigi was a ghost and he had hung himself in the attic.
Yeah, dude.
That's the creepy pasta, okay? Nobody believes that. It's fake.
The
So I found out something really cool. Actually, I found out 2 things really cool this week. Lewis Black is going to be up in Orono, which is about 2 hours from me, in April, and I'm really excited for that. I love stand-up comedy, and Lewis Black is one of my favorites. And then yesterday I find out that at a local auditorium, like 10 minutes away, Daniel Tosh is going to be there in June. And I'm so fucking pumped. Because
He's lost a
gonna be
lot. I
cool.
don't know. I feel like he's not as funny as he used to be.
Tosh? I don't know. I love Tosh.0. Tosh.0 is one
Yeah,
of the...
see, I don't know. I think after the TV show, he lost a fair amount of. He's not really innately funny. He's just I don't know.
He's like Stephen Lynch with music. He's a shock value comedian. The whole
No,
point.
he's just like, it's like, hey, someone sent me this video where they're doing something stupid. I'm gonna comment on it.
Right, but
Yeah.
it's his comments that are humorous. Like, and he does that very well. And
I liked his regular stand-up.
oh, his
better.
stand-up is great too. Well, that's what's coming to the local thing. Is it's a stand-up tour. So I mean, I think for a television show, I think Tosh.0 is better than most of the crap that's out there.
I don't even pay for cable, so I wouldn't know.
Oh.
Yeah, right. Neither do I.
Get wrecked. Dude.
Netflix.
I don't need your commercials. I don't need your cable programming.
I don't want to know your name.
I
All
don't
I
care
want.
about Game of Thrones.
Bang, bang, bang.
How was that? I don't think did we ever talk about that? How was that cinematic Game of Thrones experience?
Yeah, episode 2 was good. We're waiting on episode 3 now.
Yep. Dying Light.
Well-
I got that. That's pretty fun.
Wait, no. I mean, didn't you say you went and saw?
Oh yeah, it was the last 2 episodes of season 4 in IMAX.
Right. I don't think
It
we
was
ever
good.
talked about
I mean,
that.
it was a nice refresher because it'd been so long since I'd seen
Oh,
it.
those last 2 episodes are so sweet.
Yeah,
Now-
it was really good.
Now, how was that? Because like when you tell me that, my reaction is okay. Well, I mean I've been to an IMAX theater. I've been to the wannabe IMAX theaters, and I've been to the actual IMAX theaters. And like I saw the first Star Trek, like the first of the new Star Treks in IMAX. I saw what was that horrible movie about the aliens and
You mean Avatar?
yes, that one.
Also known as Pocahontas with blue people.
Yes.
Yep.
Also known as like the liberal agenda in a movie. We
Oh,
have to
boy.
go after unobtainium.
Oh boy.
We must save the indigenous people and not take their resources. Anyway, whatever. I'm not. This isn't about that. My question is as horrible as Avatar was, it was beautiful, and same with Star Trek. Star Trek was beautiful, and you
Mhm.
put them in this giant cinematic experience that is IMAX with the 30, 40 speaker Dolby surround and the giant screen. How does that translate with a television show? Because you don't
Exact
have
same
that.
way.
Right, but you don't have that major theatrical presentation that you do in a
Have
movie.
you seen Game of
You
Thrones?
watch Game of Thrones, you
Oh
scum?
my. The whole thing is like that is the most like production based movie. They spend the most money on that TV show than they do on movies.
I've never seen an episode.
That's why you're a scum.
I'm just basing on that
Son
it's a
of-
television show.
It's not
Those
as
are good.
uneventful and untheatric as a lot of TV shows, dude.
Yeah.
Think
it's
of
not
like
Cyrus.
some of the battle scenes are like a Lord of the Rings scale.
Exactly.
Okay.
Like those last 2 episodes.
Yeah, dude.
It's insane.
I just heard that with
It's really good.
like people who are natural fans of the books. I heard that the TV show kind of dumbed it down a little bit, and they changed a lot of
No,
stuff that didn't need to be
they've changed
changed.
a few things.
And they vilified
very many.
they vilified certain characters. They made it a lot more vulgar than the books were, like unnecessarily vulgar just to appease to a TV audience.
Not,
Like
it's not really that graphic.
right, and it's the same. Like I don't know, like Dexter. Like they totally ruined it
Right.
with the TV
Dexter
show.
was garbage.
Yeah,
anyway.
but the books were phenomenal.
I didn't even know it was based on books.
Yeah, it was based off the Dexter books.
Whatever, I don't care.
And
There's
it-
still no Hannibal. Dexter's still garbo compared to Hannibal.
See, they're my 2 favorite fictional serial killers because they're in totally different. Like, I don't know. Like,
I didn't even like the character of Dexter.
really, I don't know. See, I think that's because you never read the book. He's a lot better in the book.
I don't know. I think he's garbo. He's no Lecter, dude.
No, he really is no Lecter. I mean, that's very true. But there will never be a fictional character as well written as Lecter, at least in the serial killer setting.
Yeah,
Because
so-
if Silence of the Lambs was written today, and it had never existed before, and it was written in the way it was written,
it would probably be terrible.
well, you would have all of these people that would be complaining that they were glorifying the serial killer. It's like, oh, you're making the serial killer out to be this intelligent human being. It's like, well,
Because
serial killers
that's-
are intelligent human beings. That's how they can commit so
Not
many
all of
crimes before. Well, if they're not smart, then they're just murderers and they end up getting caught. One would argue that all of the major serial killers never got caught until they were ready, until they were done. Like Dahmer was done. And like
It's not necessarily
Manson, I still say Manson's not a serial killer. Manson's just really, really good at manipulating people. He never once killed a person. He just told people to kill people. He shouldn't be in jail for murder.
That's close enough, God damn it. Jesus
If I
Christ.
tell you to go murder somebody and you go murder them, I'm not going to jail for murder. Now, if I paid you to, if I hired you to kill them, that's a different story. But if I'm just like,
who knows
hey,
what he was telling
hey.
him. It's like, I'll give you eternal life if you do this.
fair enough. Well, then by that logic, then Jesus
There
should be in jail.
different rules, different legality applies to cult situations.
Yeah, no, I know.
Seriously, you can do whatever you want in a cult. There's no laws.
No, I'm saying like legally, like in the justice system, different. It's very different when you're like engrossed in a cult scenario versus walking up to someone and saying, "Yo, kill this guy, dog."
Yo, kill this guy, dog. Hey,
There's-
bro,
it's a
bro,
little
whack this
different.
guy for me.
It's a little different. A little bit.
Just a
little
little
bit.
bit. Little bit. So what are you guys doing?
Dude, I haven't even played any video games lately.
That's where you knew where I was going with that, huh?
Lame,
Yeah, dude.
lame.
I've been playing D3. I'm into season 2. I'm liking that.
The only Blizzard game I've been playing is Hearthstone.
Yeah.
Perthy.
Dude, I tell you, man, you got to play Heroes with us.
I don't know.
We got to get a group together for Heroes. Heroes with all 5. We got 5 people that have it now. Corey has it, you have it, I have it, Fuzzy has it, and Rick
I'll
has it.
play it if you wanna
And
play
Rick
here.
destroys people. Rick is already top rank, and he's only had it for like a month. So
That just means he has a lot of time on his hands. That means he's good.
he's also really good.
Just saying.
The kid rolls everybody, but
The kid rolls.
Just a little bit.
the kid rolls. Corey, how's that? You haven't
kid.
beaten Final Fantasy X yet?
Are you shitting me, dude? Do you not know what you do in Final Fantasy games?
Yeah, generally you explore around and go along with the
Max
adventure.
stats, dude. You
But-
gotta go for all the crazy
Yeah, but
monsters at
see,
the end when
see-
you capture zones and you capture all the monsters.
Oh,
and
see,
you
I
fight
never
these
I never
crazy
did that
things
with
over
10
million HP.
because 10
You're
was
doing
horrible with
overlimits.
that.
It's awesome.
There has not been a Final Fantasy quote unquote end game that compares to 7's. With Ruby
10's pretty great.
Ruby weapon, Emerald weapon, getting the gold chocobo, getting Knights of the
I
Round
have
Table.
all the ultimate weapons. They're pretty freaking legit.
Yeah, but 10 wasn't as difficult as 7.
I don't know. I still like 8 better.
8 story, you would like 8 better. 8 had like a soap opera storyline.
Dude, Squall is the boy.
His name is fucking Squall.
Get wrecked, dude.
No, Squall's pretty cool. I'll admit, I
No,
liked 8.
if anything, Seifer was significantly better than Squall.
Cloud, you princess.
I
Cloud,
like Sephiroth.
Sephiroth
villain
is the most
character.
badass villain of all time.
Yeah, and his sword's just ridiculous. It's like
It's
30
like
feet
8
long.
times his body length.
I love it. It's
Plus,
just like
if
stay
I-
away, poke.
If I was like 6'8" and really, really like as like thin as Mr. Leno over here, I would cosplay as Sephiroth. But you can't be a chubby Sephiroth. That would just look funny.
Fatty.
You could be Sephiroth, like middle-aged Sephiroth.
I could be middle-aged Sephiroth. Yeah,
There you go.
I'll just be Barrett.
Yeah.
I'll brown face Barrett.
There you go.
Oh, jeez.
Blackface.
Whatever. No, it's brown. I'm being
No, the
colorly
phrase is
accurate. It's not
blackface.
black. I mean, maybe if I'm like middle of the jungle Somalian, then yes, it's black. But for
Wowzers.
any African American that lives in America, their skin is brown. It's not black.
Wowzers.
It's a movie phrase. Jesus.
I know. Wasn't
Wowzers.
there an actress that did it as a joke, like on Halloween or
A
something?
lot of actresses do it as jokes.
No, there was like a huge article about it that I had read. I don't know. Anyway, whatever. So the order really isn't that bad.
The Do Not Order 1886.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, seriously,
okay.
it's
See,
horrible.
no. Here's the complaints about it.
The
Here,
Do Not Order my 5-hour game.
right? It's a who cares? Okay, why does it
Good thing
get?
it only plays on 30 frames or it only lasts 2.5 hours.
Why does a game need to be 15, 20 hours for it to be enjoyable? You'll go out and buy a movie that's an hour and 45 minutes. So why can't a cinematic adventure like a video game that?
Because I don't spend $60 on a DVD or a Blu-ray.
Okay, so
And not only that, unskippable cinematics are garbo.
why you're not gonna watch a cinematic for a game that you want to play through?
Might not necessarily feel like it. Or what if I'm playing it again for achievements or trophies
It's
and I
not
don't
designed
have
for
to
a
deal with it
second
again?
playthrough. It's not designed for replay value.
Garbo. It's not designed for replay value.
No, there's no multi-story, there's no multi-direction. The gameplay is very simplistic. It's designed to be a cinematic adventure.
It's Garbo.
So, I don't know. I'm enjoying what I'm playing so far. It's cinematically, it's beautiful. The graphics are a lot of fun. And it's very, the world is great to be in. So I like it. I think, if anything, if they kind of let you off your leash a little bit and allowed you more control, they couldn't tell you the story they want to tell. And I think that's where a lot of story writers in video games have a harder time than movie writers, because with movie writers, they're controlling the camera. They are telling you the story. In an open world video game, which so many gamers are like, well, give me open world or I don't want it. It's much harder to tell that story when they're not guiding you scene for scene. So this is just their way of taking back control and going, this is the story we want to tell you. You don't want to play it, don't play it. But I think to negate it, I mean, I'll go out and spend $45 on a 3D Blu-ray for an hour-and-a-half movie. Movies aren't that cheap. Yeah, you can buy it digitally, but if you want all the special features, if you want 3D, if you want all the things that come with Blu-ray these days, I mean, you're looking at, unless you get it at like a Best Buy or a local store or whatever on like the first week of sale, when it's on sale, they're anywhere between $34.99 and $44.99 for a 3D Blu-ray. So, and that's for what, hour and a half, hour 45 minutes. And how many times do you watch a movie? I can't name a movie in the last decade that I've watched more than once, with the exception
I also don't buy a lot of movies.
Oh, see,
I'll buy a TV series. I'll buy my $34.99 Game of Thrones Season 4, a solid 10 hours of quality HBO programming.
see, so it just comes down to priorities at that point. See, I buy all my movies. I like to have my large digital collection. I like to have all those movies.
I don't squander my money.
Well, I like to watch movies.
You squander your money. But you only watch them once, right?
Well, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, so why don't you just rent them?
Because I don't want money to go to the rental company.
Garbo.
And if I like it enough, I want to watch it again. It's the same
Garbo.
reason I won't buy a used video game.
Garbo.
Because I don't want GameStop to get my money. Because they're bums.
How mean? What's wrong with GameStop?
They're
Corey,
profiting off of other.
Corey, please.
They're profiting off of other people's products.
I sell my games.
Oh, I trade games in there if I have physical games. I'll trade them in.
Then what's wrong with them?
Because I don't buy used games.
Dude, sell them on Craigslist. You make more money, dude.
I'm not dealing with. I'll get murdered in an alley somewhere.
That's why you bring your gun and a friend, dude.
Exactly.
Do you not know how to properly sell things on Craigslist? Because it sounds like
You don't need a gun.
You
Just
always
bring.
say you can bring a friend. You always say that you can bring a friend.
Yeah, dude. You always bring a friend, and if you own a weapon, you bring it just in case.
Yeah.
It's not a weapon. It is a self-defense tool.
It's a firearm.
It is a self-defense prophylactic.
I'm in the South. It's where the fuck I wanted to be. It's my goddamn gun.
But speaking of movies, Dumb and Dumber
boys.
2, Dumb and Dumber 2 was a lot of fun.
Was this good?
Was it? Yeah.
We watched Lucy the other night.
See, I won't watch Lucy purely off of principle.
Why?
Okay. Well, let me finish Dumb and Dumber first. So Dumb and Dumber wasn't as good as the first one, but it wasn't as bad as you would expect a 20-year late sequel to be. It had its laugh moments. It wasn't laugh out loud funny the whole time like the first one was. There were some throwbacks to the original, like that retarded blind kid with the bird, that Jim Carrey kid. Yeah, he's in this one.
That's
Oh,
really
great.
Yeah, and now he has like, I won't. Are you gonna watch it?
Well, I'll watch it. Yeah.
Okay, so I won't spoil it, but it's pretty funny. And then, all I will tell you is that a cat farts bird feathers.
solid.
And then they go to like some tech or some science conference or whatever, and like it's good. It's not like, oh my god, that was comic gold like Dumb and Dumber the original was, but it was good. As far as Lucy, I won't watch that because the whole movie is based off the premise of she is the first human being that uses more than 10% of her brain, which is a fucking
No, dude, it's Limitless with Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, dude.
It's not she's naturally that good.
I'm
There's a
saying
drug.
I'm saying, but no, it's not that. It's the fact that what's the word I'm looking for here? That not legend, but that supposed fact was debunked a long time ago. As human beings, we use
It's science fiction.
right.
It's meant to be science fiction.
Right, but
Because
science.
at the end, I'm not gonna spoil it, but at the end it gets ridiculous. And I was like, at the end, I was like, oh, this is kind of strange, but I mean, it was still an
Like
okay
I
movie.
love ScarJo, and she is a great actress.
Scojo?
Yeah,
You
ScarJo.
really call her Scojo?
Jeez, this guy probably says she like Brangelina too.
No, because I don't like.
It wasn't bad. It was not.
I like
bad.
ScarJo, and I'm really excited that ScarJo is going to be in the new.
You gotta stop saying
Okay,
Oh, yeah,
Scar-
seriously. Every time you say Scojo.
Scarlett Johansson.
Thank you.
that.
You can just say
Can,
Johansson.
can I
if
call her
that's easier for you,
Scarhan?
whatever.
Scarhan.
Say Scarlet. Sure.
Anyway,
Yeah.
anyway, I'm happy that she's going to be in the new. What is it? Ghost in the Shell. Even though, like,
They're making that a movie?
even though all the anime purists are all pissy because like she's not Asian, so they're whitewashing the role, but that's fine. I don't care. It's a movie. They if they can blackwash Kingpin in Spider-Man or in Daredevil, then they can whitewash whatever the main character of Ghost in the Shell is. But anyway, so that's gonna be cool, and like obviously she's amazing as Black Widow, and it's got Morgan Freeman, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Does he how much is he in the movie?
It's more
a
of
good
just like
portion.
a figure, sort of, and then at the
Yeah.
end, like towards the end, he becomes a thing, but he's not a huge, not as much as I anticipated, I guess.
Not as much as you hoped Morgan Freeman is.
I guess it was still good.
Right. Well, that's cool. So,
It wasn't bad. An interesting little movie.
have either of you paid attention to Better Call Saul?
Yep.
What do you think, Corey?
I like it a lot.
Have you caught the newest one?
3? I've only seen the first 2.
Yeah, episode 3. Yeah.
No, I haven't
Oh,
seen
so
the
you've
third one yet.
seen? Okay. I can't remember how 2 ended. Oh yeah, but no, 3 was really good. Yeah, but watch it. I really like what they're doing with it, and I like how they're setting it up.
Good. Yeah, I mean, I like the backstory of Saul anyway. Saul's
Yeah.
one of my favorite characters in Breaking Bad.
I
so
loved it's
perfect.
making me want to go binge watch Breaking Bad.
Right. I always think about it, but then I never do it.
Right.
I never finished it.
Really?
What? That's too
Yeah.
bad.
One of the greatest television adventures of all time.
Television adventures. Is that what you
Yeah.
call it?
It was a well, it's not a cinematic adventure, that would be in the movies. It was a televised adventure. But no, it was good. I think it got a little lame in the middle, but it definitely had a dip. It was really, really good, then it dipped, and then it got really, really good and it ended. And I think it ended on a good note. But no, I loved the episode with Tuco, episode 2. And he talked him down, and like that was great.
Yeah.
But he's a good character, and yeah, no, I'm really liking Saul. I was actually surprised that those 2 kids weren't dead. Like when he walked him into the garage and they were there, I was amazed he
Yeah.
didn't kill them. But I loved. He's like, oh yeah, I spilled some salsa. But
Go upstairs, Grandma.
innocent little grandma upstairs.
Yeah.
But that
She
and,
was a nice grandma.
but I'm liking that, and so quote unquote the Joker was revealed on Gotham last week, and the kid, there's no confirmation that it's the Joker yet, but actually the Red Hood gang is coming out this week, and so there's conflicting storylines, but the kid was amazing. He got the laugh perfect. I remember I played you guys the trailer. Or I played you the trailer on last week's show. The laugh was perfect. His body language and the way his face, like, if you haven't seen it yet, then I'm going to spoil a little bit of it here. But
How dare you?
So the kid is first, his mother gets murdered, and he's like this innocent. I mean, first off, he's a ginger, so he's just creepy already, and he just has this look to him, and he's like, my mother's dead. Oh my God! And then Gordon calls him into the interrogation room, and he's like, and the kid's like crying. He goes, "We know who killed your mother," and he's like, "Well, really, you do?" And he goes, "Yeah, you killed her." And he looks at her, and like he's just got this look on his face, and he's got the tears, and he's like, you can tell he's about to like burst into just violent crying, like he's like can't believe he's being accused of this. And his head goes down, and as his head goes down, the camera is at such an angle where you see his cheek, and you see the tear rolling down his cheek, and then you just hear him start to like do that, like the beginning of the Joker laugh, where it's just like the half laugh, and he starts to lift his head up, and just the smirk and the look in his eyes was just phenomenal. And then he just slams down the table, and he's just instantly Joker. And he just, like, the way he portrays himself, the way he talks, the laugh, just everything was just completely breathtaking. Like, I was blown away. Like, I was sitting on the couch watching it with my wife. I'm like, this guy's fucking awesome. Because Joker's, like, one of my favorite, not just comic book, but one of my favorite characters of all time, when he's done right. I was never a big fan of Jack Nicholson's Joker. But I loved Ledger's Joker. Ledger's Joker was phenomenal. And Mark Hamill, in a vocal sense, always does a really good Joker. Oh, yeah. But, yeah, I don't know. Part of me is really excited because this kid is amazing, but the other part of me is like, well, Batman's still 11. So it's not like we're going to see makeup masked Joker here anytime soon. So, all right, this is cool, but how much of this kid are we going to see? And for such an amazingly played Joker, is it a waste because it's such a young Joker? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it'll be nice to see what they do with it. I mean, they're guaranteed for season 2. I just wish they'd fucking kill off Fish Mooney already. It's that Jada Pinkett Smith character, and her
she's in that show?
Yeah, she plays Fish Mooney.
I'm not gonna watch it.
Well, see,
wrecked.
I don't like. Well, no, I don't like her either. I think she's annoying, and they are only keeping her in there to be politically correct because she's a strong female in power. So they're just trying to appeal to the feminists and get them to watch the show. But she serves no purpose anymore. She had served a purpose. She was the Penguin's boss, and then the Penguin betrayed her, and then went to work for Maroni, and then went back to work for Falcone. Like, she was the source of the Penguin's start, and therefore that was her purpose. She no longer has that purpose anymore. It just doesn't. There's no need for her to be there. But she's a Smith. She's probably the biggest name on the docket. So, I mean, I don't know, whatever. But I'm not a big fan of the character at all. I don't think it just works all that well.
Well, okay.
Well, but it's a great show, and I'm really liking it.
The League is funny. I watch that now.
The League.
That's about time, you scum.
Is that still around?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're making a new season, right?
They're doing one more season. They're doing a 7, and then they're done.
No. I like it. It's funnier than shit.
Dude, it's hilarious. It's about time you started watching that show.
I don't know why I didn't. I feel bad for
I'm pretty sure I told you about it before, and you didn't. I'm pretty sure I told both of you about it.
It's because it's fantasy football, and that's never been.
It doesn't matter, dude. You don't have to know anything about football.
See, that's what stopped me from it too. Was I don't give a shit about fantasy anything as far as sports.
You don't have to.
But I've watched the first season. That's all I've watched so far. I have it on iTunes. John Lajoie is in it, and he is amazing.
He's funny.
Taco.
Yeah. And he's a stand-up comedian. He's got a bunch of YouTube videos, and like he did the 2 Girls 1 Cup song, and a whole bunch of other stuff. And
did the vagina.
Yeah, he did the E equals MC vagina.
Yep.
And he's got a bunch of other songs, and he's hilarious. What does he have, that excessive profanity words or something like that? And he's doing really good with his comedy career. And he was funny. I mean, the other guys were worth some chuckles, but I didn't think it was that. It didn't appeal to me enough to buy season 2.
Andre, oh my God! If that guy would die, that'd be great.
No way, dude. He's funny.
He's He's funny,
The-
but you're just the whole time you're just like, oh my god.
The double entendres.
Oh,
Dude,
you
I
poor
love that
girl.
show.
You poor
I love
girl.
that show. Especially Rexon, dude. Nick Kroll's hilarious.
Yeah, Nick Kroll is pretty good.
Now, how much of it actually pays attention to the fantasy football? Like
I
none
mean,
of it.
it's a
really.
constant theme, but if you're not an idiot, you'll understand it. You don't have to appreciate fantasy football for it to be hilarious.
Right.
Right?
But as the seasons go on, it becomes less and less about that. The first season is pretty much only football,
Right.
and then it just gets more and more ridiculous
Right.
and better and
They
more.
do include a
raunchy.
lot of celebrity guests.
Yeah, there's a
like
lot of fucking
football.
football player guests.
Oh, that's cool. Now, now, Corey, you've seen how much of it?
I'm like halfway through season 2.
Okay, Brandon, are you current?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love that show.
Have any of the Patriots been on there?
I don't know.
I was just as a Patriots fan, I was curious.
We don't pay attention to football. Do you
Right,
get
but
it?
if there are football guests on there,
I know Ocho Cinco's been on there.
Yeah, Ocho Cinco.
oh, okay.
Uh,
Well, it's just because Ocho Cinco's not doing anything else.
yeah. Notable guest stars.
Well, while you're doing that, Corey, we
It's
talked
gonna
about Mortal Kombat a little bit, right?
A little bit, yeah.
What do you think about the Predator being in it?
I'm fucking down with that.
Did you hear about that?
Notable
I didn't
NFL
use it,
players.
But that sounds awesome.
Nice. Yeah.
Terry Bradshaw's been on there. Antonio Gates, Chad Johnson, Josh Cribbs and Terrell Suggs, Maurice Jones, Brent Grimes, Sidney Rice, Matthew Berry, Matt Forte,
Oh, Forte's been on
Robert-
there.
Robert Griffin III, Trent Richardson, Matt Khalil, Ryan Khalil, Felix Jones, Brandon Carr, Jason Witten, Jay Ratcliffe, Deshaun Jackson, Rich Eisen, Chris Brockman, and Jerry Jones. It's a Cowboys training camp thing. That's why it's all
Right.
Cowboys.
Yeah, I know about a
Ryan
third of
Ryan
them.
Fitzpatrick, Jim McMahon, Deion Sanders, Adrian Peterson, J.J. Watt, Blair Walsh, Gerald McCoy, Navarro Bowman, Jay Cutler, Greg Jennings, Vernon Javis. No Patriots. Then more broadcasters. Cameron Jones, Jordan Cameron, Jay Glazer, Darren Sproles, Marshawn Lynch.
All right,
There's a
we
lot of-
get it.
A lot of football players.
I
There's
know.
also a lot of celebrity guests.
That's cool. I'll have to
Snoop,
check it out.
Snoop Dogg's been in an episode.
Well, that's not
Yeah.
motivating me to do anything.
Ray Liotta.
Nice. But yeah. Anyway, so Corey, yeah, Predator in Mortal Kombat. That's gonna be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I almost wish
Did
they.
they do a trailer or they just talk about it?
As far as I can tell, they've just been talking about it. I wish they'd bring back. I wish they'd bring back Freddy though. Freddy was
Seth
amazing.
Rogen's in it pretty consistently too.
I love Seth Rogen.
I'm
You
having
guys
a.
watch the interview?
I'm having a who's in Mortal Kombat conversation with Corey and a who's in the League conversation with Brandon.
I have
Um,
no interest in.
I did watch the interview. I fucking loved it.
It was pretty good.
I don't think it would have been that big of a deal at all. I think the hype was structured. I think all of that was done on purpose.
Yeah, a little bit.
Because I don't think it would have been that big of a deal. I loved it. I thought it was great. I love it when Rogan and Franco team up.
Mm-hmm.
And I love just how stupid Rogan or how stupid Franco was. And, you had a funny, smart guy, you had a funny idiot, and you had a hot Asian chick. And no matter what you do with that, you're going to get a good movie.
A decent amount of laugh.
Yeah, and it was funny. I loved the end when as far as I understand, the big controversy with North Korea was the scene at the end where they killed him. Like, that was the biggest thing, was like everything else, having him come off extremely flamboyant and basically labeling him a homosexual without using the term homosexual. It didn't even seem like that was their biggest issue. Their biggest issue was like that they killed him at the end of the movie.
Well, it wasn't even that bad of a scene.
No, it really wasn't. But I enjoyed it. I got some laughs. It was worth buying. It was worth my
Oh, yeah.
cinematic
I didn't buy it. I
experience.
just watched it on Netflix for free.
It wasn't on Netflix when it came on to Google Play, and then Like Google Play was streaming it for free, but I won't touch Google. So, and then it ended up coming onto iTunes. It came onto iTunes next. So I bought it on iTunes. So, yeah, because yes, I would rather pay $14.99 to buy it on iTunes than stream it on Google for free. I'm very strong in my beliefs. But and then it ended up coming out to other things. Like it came on to, I think it was on Xbox, and it was on the PlayStation Network movie thing, and it's been in a whole bunch of places. So,
Oh, yeah. But that was good.
I liked it. It's been a really weird, probably past 3 to 6 months for movies and TV shows. Like there's been nothing that has been like, this is going to be the greatest movie of the next whatever, but mostly everything at least has been moderately okay. At least everything that's been worth seeing. You know, then we got this like 50 Shades of Grey garbage, which apparently is breaking a whole bunch of records.
I actually talked to a chick that went and saw it, and she said it wasn't what she expected and not what she wanted.
Did she read the
said
book?
It didn't catch up to par with the book. Yeah.
Well, they couldn't catch up to par in a public. It'd have to be in an adult movie theater for it to be up to par with the book.
Well, that's what she wanted.
It has to be toned down a little. Well, there are plenty of S&M and bondage pornographies that she can go out there and buy, which probably do it better and more accurately than 50 Shades of Grey.
50 Shades of Grey is a very inaccurate and terrible representation.
Well, you guys are aware that the book started off as Twilight fan fiction, right?
Yeah.
Like the woman.
I'm just saying it's a very inaccurate representation of that.
Of BDSM.
It is.
Are you aware? Are you involved in the BDSM community?
No, but I've read a lot of things from people who are about how terrible a representation it is.
Yeah.
Because there's a really well-written post on Reddit in the BDSM sub.
I think I'm more surprised that there's a well-written post on Reddit.
There's a lot of well-written posts on Reddit. And it's just because it's like, it's not safe. The dude's totally abusive in actual, like, if that were a real-life couple, that would totally be, like, abusive because they don't, like, do anything safe.
Right.
And he's a total douche.
Well, it's supposed to be more like misogynistic, right?
It's just a Hollywoodization of
Right.
it, and all these like moms and people who just want to fantasize about it don't know.
Right.
And so then they're like, "Oh, this is cool.
One of those.
I'm living like they just want to live vicariously through
right.
that movie."
That makes sense. I don't know. I don't know. It just seems. I don't know.
We wouldn't know.
I don't know. Yeah.
No, it's not in our place.
I'm just saying, dude. I'm just making the voice heard.
Right. No, I get you.
Shoot the messenger. I'm not gonna watch it. We're not gonna watch it.
Right.
I do want to watch A Theory of Everything. We're gonna watch that soon.
I don't know if I'm familiar with that.
That's like gonna win a shit ton of awards at the Oscars.
That was the Hawking movie.
Oh, the Stephen Hawking movie.
Stephen Hawking movie, yeah.
Yeah.
Is he in it?
No, it's the one where I forget his name, but a guy got a lot of awards for the way he played him.
Oh,
Yeah.
So it's like the
It's
the
like
history of Hawking.
The life, yeah. And I want to watch the Imitation Game too. That was that like World War, I forget which one, code breaking movie. That looked really cool. We watched Birdman the other night. Did you guys watch Birdman?
Birdman.
Yeah.
Yes.
No,
I haven't seen it yet, but I want to, simply because it's got.
It was actually pretty good.
Yeah. Who plays Birdman? Why can't I think of
Michael
his name?
Keaton.
Thank you.
It's got Michael Keaton.
I wanted to say
and it's
Bruce.
got Edward Norton.
I wanted to say
fucking
Bruce
love Edward
Willis, but I
Norton.
knew it wasn't Bruce Willis.
Edward Norton.
Dude, I love Edward Norton.
You know what I really want to see is Ant-Man. Ant-Man looks really good.
And it's got Emma Stone, if you're an Emma Stone fan.
Emma Stone is awesome.
She's alright in that movie. This is mostly about fucking Edward Norton is the man.
Yeah.
So how close, is it? Is it a? What's the premise of it? Like, I mean, I know some brief history of Birdman.
So Keaton is like a filmmaker / actor,
right?
who apparently had a lot of fame in the past playing this superhero named Birdman that was just like retarded action explosion, like Michael Bay movies, basically a Michael Bay superhero star, and he's kind of considered like not washed up, but his major claim to fame was just Birdman, and now he's trying to like write plays and also act in them as well.
Right.
And he's not doing very well, and so then it's basically him trying to deal with this play and then deal with his family life.
Dude, it's got a huge cast.
Yeah, it was good.
Michael Keaton, Zach Galifianakis is in it.
Yeah, Galifianakis is like his best friend and one of his producers, and it's like a serious role for him.
Naomi Watts is in it. Amy
forgot.
Ryan's in it. It's got a pretty good sized cast. I'm gonna have to pick that up.
It was good.
I've been on a MythBusters binge lately.
I have no idea why, dude.
Because MythBusters is rocking, dude. I like.
It's rocking.
I really like MythBusters, especially now that like I don't know. Have you guys ever watched it? You've watched it at one point, I assume, right?
Uh-huh.
No.
Well, Tori, Grant, and Carrie are gone now. It's just Adam and Jamie. So
Yeah.
it's like just there's no more like stupid gimmicky fun stuff like Tori and all them used to do. It's just pure serious science stuff that Adam and Jamie do, and it's really really good. But I mean, because the only perk of those three was that Carrie Byron was really hot. Aside from that, they were useless. And from what I hear, Grant's an asshole in real life. So, but so the newest season is just Jamie and Adam, and they do it very very well. And then I've been watching some of the ones because I haven't watched it for like probably 4 or 5 seasons. So, season 16 or 15, 15. They did a Star Wars episode where they busted some of the Star Wars myths. There was a video game one in there where they did Doom and stuff like that. They tried to replicate, Fruit Ninja.
Yeah.
They tried to replicate Fruit Ninja in real life. So they had a bunch of jugglers throwing fruit up, and Jamie was standing on a platform with a samurai sword trying to slice fruit. And they were trying to replicate the results. Like, I don't think they're going to be
trying to resurrect Gallagher's career.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be around much longer because now they're, like, you can tell that they're kind of grasping at straws, but they are doing their best to make it entertaining. So, but I like a lot of that Discovery Channel / Science Channel stuff. I like MythBusters. I like all of Mike Rowe's stuff. I think Mike Rowe is great. I love watching Dirty Jobs. I like the how it's made and like the factory made shows where you watch how stuff is assembled. Like I like a lot of those educational shows. I don't know why, but I do. I find them entertaining.
'Cause you like to learn.
But yeah, Birdman has a huge cast. That's really cool.
It was good. It won, I don't know, a lot of awards. It won a couple of Golden Globes, I think.
Yeah, I
when we
looked
were
on
watching that.
IMDb here. It says nominated for 9 Oscars. I don't care what it was nominated for. I want to see what it won. Best performance by an actor in a motion picture. Michael Keaton got that one.
Michael Keaton did a pretty good job.
It won Best Screenplay. It won Best Cinematography at the BAFTA Awards. I don't know what BAFTA is.
It's a badass fucking place.
The SAG Awards. It won Outstanding Performance by a Cast in a Motion Picture. It won Movie of the Year at the AFI Awards. And for Academy Awards, it's nominated for Best Motion Picture of the Year, Best Performance by a Leading Actor, Supporting Role, Actress Supporting Role. Why do they divide? Why do they divide those? Why do they divide actor, actress? Is it just to give an extra award? Like, isn't that more of that like sexual equality? Like what they have to, because if it was only given to act, I mean, is there a reason for it?
What are you going on about?
The actor-actress thing in movies. Like, I get it with sports because physically most women can't compete with most men. That's why there are female leagues and male leagues. But when it comes to acting, acting is just acting. Why do they still separate the male and female awards?
I don't know. They always have.
I guess. I don't know. It's just something that, I don't know.
Everyone wins, dude.
Everybody wins.
Yeah.
When everybody wins, nobody does.
Exactly. When everybody loses, somebody wins. So anyway. Well, that was fun.
Wowzers.
Life is fun.
Life is fun.
Wowzers.
Life is
I
fun.
like
Anyone
playing
else want to
games.
collect these Funko Pop toys?
Funko Pops.
Pops?
I've got the one from BlizzCon.
I know, me too. But they're so cool. I don't know why I want more.
They are.
do?
They're one of those things that you need. You know what I've been collecting is the Disney 2.0 figures because we have that, and but they're really cool. I got all the Guardians of the Galaxy ones.
Woo!
And then I've been doing Legos lately. I did a Ghostbusters set. I did the Ecto one, and then I did a giant Minecraft set, which had like almost 1,000 pieces.
It's because
Yeah.
Legos are timeless.
I just need a bigger house. I need a house that is purely just a display case. There are so many
Yeah.
incredible, but they're so massively expensive these days. Like,
These days, they never weren't expensive. You just didn't know it.
well,
No, you just didn't know it because they were getting bought for you when you were a kid, so you had no idea.
yeah,
then you
I
go
guess.
back and realize then you go back and realize a lot of your Christmases and shit were more expensive than you thought.
Well, no, I realized that anyways because usually I got like 4-wheelers and dirt bikes, but
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Never mind.
remember
Okay.
but
Scum.
But no, no. Actually, I was talking to Sean about this. Sean is a real life friend of mine who actually also listens to the show, and I was talking to him about this, and we were talking about how those of us that have been plugged in for so long, and I mean video games, we've been plugged in for so long. Everything else has been inflated. The price of Legos has gone up. The price of comic books has gone up. The price of movies have like everything has gone up. Cigarettes, soda, food. Me and my wife will go to McDonald's when we're running late and don't feel like eating. We pay $19 for 2 value meals. Where the fuck's the value in that? But the point is that, but
the fuck this McDonald's costs up there? Jeez.
But-
Yeah, the hell.
Anyway.
Hawaii?
My God.
anyway, well, Maine has a really, really high food service tax. But my point being is that video games have stayed $59.99 since what? PlayStation? I mean, I think the N64 was $69 because it was a cartridge. So,
Was it?
or either that or they used to be $49 and the N64 was the first one to go $59. But anyway, video games have been $60 for over a decade, if not maybe a decade and a half. They haven't gone up and down. You've got collector's editions, and the collector's editions will go up or down based off of, I mean, how many? Even the consoles. Look at the consoles. The PS3 launched at what, $700? The PS4 launched at $400. They're going down. Everything else in the world is going up. So for those of us that have been plugged in for the past 15 years and haven't bought puzzles or Legos or board games, my wife and I are getting back into board games. I got Cards Against Humanity, I got Ticket to Ride, and I got Pandemic. And Ticket to Ride is a classic board game. $50 for a fucking board game. I could have bought a
Yeah, board
video
games
game.
Board games are. Yeah, but you can play board games more than that. You usually a lot more replay out of board games.
No,
than most,
there
you know,
totally
most
is. We
games these
we
days,
played
dude.
Ticket to Ride, and it was a lot of fun. And
Go buy fucking Talisman, dude. $60. You can play
Yeah.
that shit over and over and over again.
Well,
we
we-
all have Talisman.
we have that on
Sure.
Steam. We never played it.
No, I know, but I'm saying like the physical board game is a lot
Right.
of fun.
Yeah, that I want to get into. See, my issue is
Played
most
so
of
much of that.
most of my
It's
friends
just-
are not within an hour driving distance, so it's
just a
hard to
time-sink
get.
Games that Talisman take like 2 hours at least.
Because I really wanted to get into Settlers of Catan and Carcassonne as well, and those look like they're a lot of
Catan's a
fun.
lot of fun.
But
I
it-
never played a lot of Carcassonne.
What about
Carcass-
Cones of Dunshire?
No.
Nobody's ever played that, huh?
no.
Nope.
Hey, let's do this next week. Next week, let's have a board game segment next week.
Board game segment.
I think we just
I
had
played Candyland about a week ago. That was fun.
Candyland. I have Sophia the First Monopoly that I play with my daughter, and then I've
Oh,
got my
cool.
Legend of Zelda Monopoly.
Oh,
Dude, they
I've
just
got
came out with
15
Game of
copies.
Thrones Monopoly. I want to get it on the HBO store.
Bet it's like $70.
It's 60.
You know what I don't like is none of the new Monopolies, like the themed ones, none of them are modernizing with the modern Monopoly. Like they had the modern Monopoly, which didn't have the cash. Everybody had a debit card with a card swiper. So you
Dude,
didn't-
I hate that.
see, I loved
Yeah,
that. You
that's
didn't have the
stupid.
Monopoly money. It was so nice.
I like the
That's
money.
the whole point of Monopoly.
Dude, it's all about that fake money.
I guess I like the digital swiping.
That's because you're
But-
all freaking
I'm modern.
lazy.
It's less to
Counting
clean.
is hard.
It's playing with board games. It's like playing with Play-Doh. It's like cooking. The worst part is after you're done with all the fun and you have to clean everything up. That's what I like about video games. You know what my cleanup is? A fucking power button. That's my cleanup.
Yeah.
If I don't like what I did on Minecraft, you know what I do? I wipe my world and start a new world. There's my digital Legos. There's no cleanup involved. And I think that's the biggest drawback to getting into the real world is shit needs to be cleaned up after you blow it up.
Oh well.
That being said, I think we will get ready to kind of tie out today. Ugh.
Is it that time already?
It is. It's like 4 of 6, dude.
4 of 6.
Yeah. 4 of 6, and I gotta go upstairs. Catherine's a little miserable today, so I gotta go upstairs and
Dude, I would be too if I lived with you.
Hey, ho.
I gotta go upstairs, get the kids all situated and set, and get dinner ready. And Fastlane's on tonight, so I'll be watching that.
Did you get Dying Light for your PS4 or PC?
Me, PC, of course.
Damn. Never mind. I have Dying Light for my PS4.
Nice. The co-op's pretty fun. You should check out Evolve too, but if you get Evolve, you should get it for PC.
I'm not gonna spend any money.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
My brother gave me a Dying Light, so it was kind of
Well, what a nice guy.
nice little trade there.
Nice guy.
Yeah. I gave him Shadows of Mordor, so no.
Wow, that was a really good trade on your half. You gave him like a shitty Lord of the Rings game, and you got an amazing zombie parkour game.
Are you fucking serious? Shut your mouth. That game was awesome. So much fun.
It was just
like
a cop.
Assassin's
It was
Creed
it was
times 1,000.
yeah, it was like a cop. Exactly, Assassin's Creed, the Batman Arkham games, Shadow of Mordor. They all have the same exact gameplay with a different skin. And if I'm gonna pick one of the three, I'm gonna exist
Didn't even
in.
play it.
I'm gonna
Didn't even
exist
play
in.
it.
No, I wasn't gonna dump $60 on. I didn't even dump $30 on the Steam sale. I just had no desire.
It
But
was
I am excited for the
fantastic.
new
It's like
Batman.
Lord
The
of
new
Rings.
Batman looks really good. But I don't know.
It's the same
Wowzers.
gameplay.
Huh?
It's the same gameplay.
Yeah, but it's
Why would
well. What I was going to say
Buys Call of Duty
kept
every year.
Yeah.
talking over me.
Buys Madden year after year.
Well,
This year we'll add
Madden
jump
typically the gameplay changes a little bit.
Oh right.
Yeah,
You got the hit stick this year, boys.
they add more tackle features.
You
They
get
take
your
it
one
away, then they'll
feature.
bring it back.
But when the okay, we have 2 minutes. It's way too late to get into this, so we'll get into this some other time.
Get your one feature every time.
Anyway,
Ugh.
thank you everybody for listening. Thank you to Alpha Geek Radio for hosting this really poor excuse for a podcast.
You.
And
Wowzers.
Yeah, promoting yourself there.
hey, self-detriment.
That's what
is-
everyone says. Everyone says they're a shitty podcast.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, so we want to give a big shout out and thanks to. I haven't screwed that up since I did that one time. A big shout out and thanks to our patrons at patreon.com/IG Studios. If you like what we do and enjoy the fun shenanigans that go on every Sunday afternoon, swing on by over there. I'm currently working with a couple of local tattoo artists too to draw up some 4x6s and some 8x11s for people that do that patron reward. So if you want some cool custom artwork every month, then check that out.
Yeah.
A big thanks to our artists and our musical providers. And a big thank you to you for listening to the show. Corey,
Me?
Brandon,
Yeah.
yes, to you, Corey. Thank you for
I
putting
know.
up with us.
I'm so good.
Good man. Wow.
Yep. Brilliant.
Brilliant. You can follow all of us on Twitter. You can follow all of us all around the interwebs. Check out inkgeekstudios.com/live for all of our live shows as well as integrated chat. Check out at iGeekStudios for the studio Twitter, at IG_Geek Access for the show, IG_Nate Ward for myself, IG_Audio King for Corey, and
Yeah.
John One Renicus for Mr. Leno. I believe it's still that, right?
Huh?
Brandon, your Twitter
What?
at John One
I don't know,
Renicus.
do you not use Twitter?
Oh, you're Twitter. You're not one of the cool kids. But anyway, for Brandon,
barely use my
Not get
Facebook.
into that.
for Brandon, for Corey, and for myself, we will catch you guys next week.
Peace out, Girl Scouts.
Bye bye.
listening to Alpha Geek Radio.